right.
All right.
Hey,
that was perfect, I think.
Figure out who says all right first.
Let's try and actually, from now on, let's both try and say it at the exact same time.
All right. Well, okay.
We'll do it from now on.
I think Les got it figured out how to get our attention that time.
Yeah.
We were paying. Actually, Les has always had it together. We're the ones that had to get it together, man. But yeah, man. So anyway, that was good, man. What's up, bro?
Nothing much. This always happens. Like what happened in the last week, and I can't think back on what happened in the last week. It was Easter.
For our show? No,
just like
Easter
in general.
just passed.
Easter did just pass.
Easter just passed.
Easter 2021.
K-Land Community Cares did their basket giveaway, and it was dope. They did 2 days worth of basket drops for people that needed baskets for their babies, and they came through and got them. I think that was the extent.
Right, and a really busy People's Grocery.
Oh, People's Grocery, I forgot, yeah.
Yeah.
And all of the volunteers showed up, and we took like 21 bags. You guys?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, you didn't deliver bags? I thought you did too.
I color code things.
They delivered 21 bags of groceries between them all, and man, it was good, man. And it was a good vibe on Sunday.
Yeah, it was nice really outside. Busy. It was nice. Yeah, we decided for our viewers that we're just going to talk about happy things today. We're gonna get Les to put up some like little birds chirping around us.
Right.
Like some Snow White.
Yeah, just make it happy.
Or whatever. Cinderella. Is it Cinderella or something? Right. Birds flying around.
Okay.
Sean and I are gonna burst into song.
Yes, we are the Best Friends Band. All we're missing is Alex.
Best Friends Band.
Yeah.
Alex, where are you?
I got the air keyboard.
We need you on your actual drums while we air everything else.
Yeah. If he doesn't have his actual drums, he has to beatbox.
Yeah.
So the Best Friends Band coming to you soon at the Chinook Center, man.
All air instruments except for the actual drums.
Hell yeah. So yeah, man, I can't remember last week, man. I think we didn't have a guest last time either.
Yeah, and it was.
And it was our first time not going live. This is our second time not going live, man.
We're going back to.
It seems like nobody
basics,
gives
everybody.
a damn.
Yeah.
Like, kind of what I thought.
People don't care what we're doing in the
They
moment.
like it better when they don't have, like, when it's not live. It feels like, to be able to click on it, our views have been up a little bit. So.
And you know what the beauty of not being live is? We can talk about things that are happening in this moment, and it'll be completely irrelevant. Like the city council elections that are happening. The city council elections are happening right now.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. So by the time you guys hear it, it'll be like, wait, that's what they were talking about.
Which gives us the opportunity, though, tonight to talk about our predictions for the city council elections.
Yeah.
Our last video, we did our endorsements, and I'm just going to say that our endorsements probably are going to be how it turns out.
Everybody's choice. Like they were holding on to their ballots when man, when is Just Cause when are they gonna do this? You know what I'm saying?
You say that, but I know there were at least a couple people who were waiting for our endorsements
for real
to turn in their ballots.
Legitimately, they were like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you did that. I was waiting to vote."
So if somebody out there wins the city council election tonight by 2 or 3 votes,
you're welcome.
Just thank John and Sean. Just Cause.
Hey man, I'm rooting for Jim Mason.
Yeah, so who do we think's going to win? Oh, I should pull up who's running again. Otherwise, I'm not going to remember.
I think I remember. District
All right.
1.
District 1. Go for it, Sean.
Jim Mason.
Jim Mason's going to win? You think Mason's going to win?
So who's going against him, though? That's not Donald. That's, God dog it. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up.
I can't find it.
Nah, man. So seriously, I think that in District 1, his conversation was lined up with District 1 people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like retired military.
Kind of, if you're from here, kind of know like the kind of things that are happening there, and I guess being a black man, I don't think it'll affect. I don't think that's something that.
You don't think that's going to affect
that'll
the
hinder
election?
him in that district, man. If it was like 6, you know what I'm saying? Like Garfield. There's no chance, brother. I'm sorry, brother.
I was gonna make a prediction that Garfield was gonna win.
You are?
No.
Hey, well,
I gotta find our.
That's like
list
guessing that Baylor was gonna blow Gonzaga out yesterday. Oh my bad. Oh, God, John.
Is that?
It's just ESPN, man.
ESPN. I don't watch ESPN. Okay,
So-
you're okay. So District 1, you think Jim Mason's gonna win District 1?
Over Donaldson. I don't.
You heard it here
So wait a
first,
minute.
everybody.
Okay, all right. So this is the prediction,
Yeah.
not.
Do you want me to name who was in District 1 real quick?
I got it. Yeah,
you
let's
think
name it. We
Okay.
should name it.
So Jim Mason,
Yeah,
Michael Seeger, Glenn Carlson, and
And
Dave Donaldson.
Donaldson's gonna win. Dude.
Yeah,
God
I think
he's gonna win.
Donaldson's gonna win too.
Bro. All right. But
So-
hey, I want Mason. in
What do we
there.
get? What do we
Oh,
get? I want people. If we get
Colonel
all of
Mason.
these right, I want people to send us something like some chocolate. I don't know, or money. You can send us cash. Send us cash if we get all of
You
our
went all the
predictions
way-
right.
You went all the way from like kudos, pat on the back,
To like we want money.
greenbacks.
Yeah.
We need
Actually, I want
dollars.
people to start hiring us if we get all the predictions right.
I mean, why wouldn't you? What the hell? Why wouldn't you?
As political consultants, like, how'd you guys know that? How did you guys know that Dave Donaldson was going to win in
And I
District
guess
1?
could we just tell them? Because if they don't, more than likely they're not going to hire us. You want to tell them the secret? No.
It's in the water.
Yeah, in the water, where the people's at.
Nestle
Where we
Pure
we be
Life.
right here where the people at, man.
Yeah, it's because we have our pulse. We have
Yeah.
our
Thumb on
hands,
the pulse.
thumb on the pulse.
I think it's thumb on the pulse.
fingers
You
on the
can't.
pulse?
Really, you're not supposed to take the pulse with your thumb. I think because
There's too strong of a pulse in there, right?
Your own
we have
pulse is in there.
we
Yeah.
have our fingers on the pulse.
Yeah, District 2.
District 2. So we had Jay Inman, Dave Noblet, Geislinger,
Yeah.
and Randy Helms.
You know, honestly, bro, like Geislinger, did he even participate?
No, I
Seriously,
think
did
he-
Randy Helms participate in this shit? You know, is it like,
Oh, yeah.
for me, if I'm in District 2 and I got the only thing I got is your website, then I don't know. I guess I don't know what I wouldn't vote for you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like if I
would-
have to go looking for your website
yeah,
to
man,
figure
but
out
that's
who you
me
are.
though. What I'm trying to figure out is the layman, like the person that's like, yeah, I want to
'Cause we're definitely
participate,
not
but I
laymen.
really don't give a about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess that's why only like 10,000 people out of the district vote. Like nobody gives a damn about
Yeah.
local politics.
Well, and
man.
I gotta say, so several things were written about how much money the candidates took in.
Yeah.
And I was blown away by the
How
differences.
much?
Like some people were getting like $20,000,
Yeah,
and some
yeah.
people were getting like $27. You
Right.
know, like it was
Yeah.
a huge difference.
And then what do you do? Like, what, do you
what
do?
do they do
so
with that
when
money
you,
exactly?
When you lose, if you lose the election, do you got to donate that money? Or
yeah,
something?
yeah, you have to donate the money.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm pretty
at least
sure.
that's smart.
Yeah.
Because this just feels to me like, why do these developers? That's how much money they got. Like,
Yeah, the
we'll
developers
just
were
drop
giving.
some stacks over here on this that don't even matter, just so we can make sure we get these 10,000. You know, and then we really they probably do got those people in their pocket for real.
Right,
like,
yeah, yeah, totally.
Anyway,
And the developers, to be perfectly honest, they gave, well, they gave Scorman a lot of, like $5,000 or something like this.
Yeah.
It was mostly developers and the firefighters union.
Right.
Oddly enough, that were
Yeah.
like the big donors in the city election. But we did have 2 firefighters running too. So Mike Seeger and Dave Nobler were both firefighters.
Right. Seeger what? Oh, that
Seeger,
is right.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
paramedic
Yeah,
and
I
firefighter.
would appreciate if he beat Mason out, that'd be cool.
Right. Yeah. I just think Dave Donaldson, like he's just.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not messing with Donaldson,
Yeah.
dude. I don't care. Like he for me. I don't know, man. That seat might as well be empty. I don't know. I don't like it. Same thing with District 2, man. Like Geislinger, he didn't. In this city, the incumbent doesn't need to do much. I think that. So I think all the incumbents are good, and they proved it. I think Yolanda was the outworked all. It's only 3 incumbents up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Councilwoman Avila, she outworked all of them. You know what I'm saying? But the other 2 were like,
What am
for
I gonna
what,
do?
dude?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to ride this out. There's
Totally.
they didn't do anything, man. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, Geislinger, I'm not
don't
just
like
mad at him because he didn't come on our show. I'm also mad at him for that reason. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But you're right. He really didn't do anything he expected
like,
to win.
Even if it was like Garfield, he didn't come on our show, but he went on
And
other people's stuff and did stuff. You know what I'm saying? And gave us something to be able to say.
to talk about.
God, man, it'll be great if he wins, though.
I would.
I would
happy.
love to
I'd be
have.
so happy.
I would love to have 2-3 black people
That would
city
be a
council
sea
for
change
sure.
in Colorado Springs, to be perfectly honest.
Say who?
That'd be a total sea change if,
Yeah.
like 3 black people got elected.
Yeah, man. It's definitely about that time. You know what I'm saying? Indigenous folks, like, it doesn't make any sense, man, for this to be that way. But I guess once they get the
But so there were a
Pay
lot of
figured
people
out.
that were clearly just running for city council this time around because they're like the Gazette editorial, I think the city is changing too much.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of what the city
Of
is
what's about
turning
to
into.
happen.
And it's like, boo fucking who?
yeah, man, and
Sorry.
you're not gonna be able to change that, dude. You know, what I'm saying? Like, if you just look in this region of the country, from this part to the Pacific, that shit isn't flying, bro. All of that
totally.
crazy conservativeness is not.
Yeah, it's dying.
It's
that
not
was
not a winner
yeah.
anymore.
I think what bothers me too is people act like Colorado Springs has always been this like weird far right conservative bastion.
Nah, it's
That's
just
always been
evolved.
kind of conservative, but it's also just like throughout the 80s and 90s it turned really conservative.
Yeah.
But it wasn't always that way. So like let's not pretend that it was just
And for us, it's never been that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've
yeah.
always been this same thing. You know what I mean? So when I've heard people say, well, anyway, just today we was having this conversation about Colorado, and like when I was in the Army, like everywhere I went, I had to end up fighting somebody or whatever. You know, it was just this tough guy shit that happened, right? Just from being from Colorado. And
you
know,
had
I
to
was like,
defend Colorado's honor.
oh, and I did it fiercely.
Good for you.
Fiercely. The South Side was represented the whole time I was in there. But it was, you know, I don't know, man. I feel like there's just this perception. I know there's this perception that this is conservative land.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And this
even
is,
from northern Colorado.
yeah.
I mean, people from northern Colorado
Even,
look
in
down
the
their
face of
noses
Denver,
on
like
that.
they're like looking at Denver like, no, this is conservative
Yeah,
land.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So anyway, I feel like, you know, it's already happened.
Right.
Like, there's not much they could do about it. We just need to make sure that the community is organized enough to make it clap when it's time. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
yeah,
you
totally.
can't, like we talked about, you got to have multiple avenue and like directions that you come at this thing from. You know what I mean? So there are people that don't want to go out and, like I said, make it clap in the street. They want to write a sternly worded letter, and
Which always changes.
which is like, you know, okay, it doesn't do much, but if there's 100 of them, and then plus they got 100 people in the street, and then plus, you know, this company is striking, you know what I mean, or whatever is happening because of this stuff, it adds up. You know what I mean? And
You know what as you say that, you know what I'm thinking about too,
What's
what makes
that?
a huge difference? Do you remember Amendment 2? When Colorado got labeled the hate state because Amendment 2 made it legal to discriminate against LGBTQ
oh yes,
folks.
yeah.
And like everybody started boycotting Colorado, and like Colorado, and you can't say, I guess they overturned it. The Supreme Court overturned it and said that's illegal. But look at what just happened in Atlanta. Atlanta just lost the All-Star game, and it in fact came to Denver.
And they said
because
it
of
Denver, yeah.
because that Georgia law, which basically makes it much more difficult to vote.
Yeah.
That
Did you
makes
see
a
the
huge
governor?
difference.
Did you see the Georgia governor
No.
making his defense when like the capitalists took all their money away and they lined all of their representatives up and this is crap. Did you see that?
No, I missed it.
It was bad, man. Like, this dude was in front of the country, like, making a case for this. And it, like,
Making a case for voter restrictions?
for what they did.
Like,
in
it's
Georgia.
okay not to have food or water for people waiting in line.
Yeah, he was like, no, but what we're going to do is we're going to set a buffer so that that the NRA or the whoever is that organization that's against the NRA can't come and buy pizza or whatever. But if you're 1 foot past that buffer, then yeah, set your tables
Oh,
up
so
and
they're
do whatever.
making a claim that it's like you're basically buying votes by bringing people food and water while they're waiting to vote.
And hustling to them while they're standing in line and stuff.
But everybody already has a buffer. Everywhere I've lived
right.
has
I
a
don't
buffer
think anybody
zone.
was
It's like
talking about the buffer. I don't know. I think they widened it. I
Right.
think they did things to this thing. I don't. And he blamed Biden too. He was like,
Well, yeah, of
Biden
course.
didn't even read the bill. Well, of course, who the is reading the
We
600
got the-
page?
yeah, we got the gist of it.
Ain't nobody reading that whole shit.
And
nobody
just
is.
restricting
You
the number
typed
of
it
places
so that
to
nobody would
vote.
read it. Huh?
like they restricted the number of places where you can drop a
Yeah.
ballots.
Yeah.
What's the logic for that?
It makes no sense. None. So what I think is How about the whole country just do what Colorado do?
Yeah, exactly. Colorado, Washington, where it's just like everybody's registered to vote.
You get
everybody
a driver's
gets
license,
a ballot.
You're registered to vote. You got a license. You got the whatever that shit is. Where you got to register for the draft or whatever.
Right. Then you're
all that
automatically
shit's done.
registered. Yep.
And it's done. You know what I'm saying? The ballot just comes to you in your mailbox, and then you send it back. And then here's where I'm at. Why we don't send this shit back? So look, in Georgia, they're like, hey, this is ridiculous. They're fighting to get a box that you have to drive to. You got to fill it out the right way, seal it up the right way, drive to the right spot, drop it off in the right time, or all of this stuff. In Colorado, all you got to do is fill it out. The instructions are ridiculous. Like, it's a 10-page, like, you can figure out how to fill that thing out. They got the blue book that they send.
Right, yeah.
4,000 people in District 2 turned their ballots in today. As of right now,
Well,
4,000-ish.
Yeah. Whenever they reported that.
Yeah.
I think last
Dude, I don't think the 4th
weekend.
district is going to get over 5,000 votes.
Well, that's another prediction then. I predict that there'll be more than 5,000 votes rather than 5,000.
Let's bet 5,000. Let's however many the difference is push-ups and push-ups.
Over how long?
So
over several days?
I don't think that they're going to make 5,000. And if they don't, then you got to do however many push-ups is in between that and 5,000.
No
and
way.
then if they go over,
Okay.
then I'll do as many push-ups as they go over.
Okay.
Not in one sitting.
Do I have to? Okay, not in one sitting.
Nah.
I'll do it over like several weeks.
No, it got to be within a week, Monday to Friday. We got 5 days.
I have to video record it.
Yeah.
John doing push-ups. Well, I mean, that'd be pretty funny, and then we could share the video of me struggling.
But I'm not going to lose, though.
I think they'll get
I hope
at least 5,000.
I don't think they are, man. So
But
anyway, I'm
push-ups
very
are good
skeptic.
for you, Sean. You should want to lose.
I need some
I want to
push-ups in
lose
my life.
because I want to do push-ups.
I need some push-ups in my life. I'm skeptical, man. I'm really upset. I'm disappointed that it's like the same old thing. After last summer, the year before that, like, this was our chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, they killed Devon Bailey. We didn't have a chance to speak on nothing up until now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that's what they counted on.
Right.
You know? But I don't even know how many times we went to city council and, like, really was like, man, this might be the one right here, bro. Like, we might be going up this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was challenging these people, man. And not just us, but, you know, I do feel like, man, I feel like, damn, it wasn't enough or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why aren't people watching
like, you
Just
get all the
Cause
likes
and listening to our instructions?
Yeah, on social media, you get all the, yeah, bro, yeah. But then, right now.
Yeah, the day of.
You know, I got 2,000 people on my page alone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when
you're
not banned.
When I'm not banned, yeah. If just they would have voted. So I'm very disappointed, man. I'm very disappointed.
This is why we're gonna start strong arming people, going door to door. Have you turned in your ballot?
Yeah.
Although, in fairness, this cycle it doesn't really matter, because it's just District 4 voting for District 4. But in the at-large ones, imagine if District 4 voted more than the other districts.
Yeah.
Then it could make a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Think about that,
man.
guys.
So
Think
we
about
got
that.
2 years to go, right? 23.
Which will come out. You have in the
newsletter.
The newsletter. We'll have it all laid out in a beautiful graphic about what elections are coming up when.
Right.
And when you need to vote.
And when we need to vote, and when you can be like, you know, the year that these things are coming up. There's not a lot of stuff happening each year, but every year there's something happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there might be a year that there's 2 votes happening, you know what I'm saying, with the state and the federal, or 2 things that's happening at the state level and municipal level or whatever like that. But it's never a whole lot that you got to worry about. And I feel like people, like, we don't really see the whole picture, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to put that in the newsletter, talk about when you can expect to be voting and what you can expect to be voting on, and then you could kind of delineate that, like, okay, let me figure out who's up and like what they're talking about or whatever. And then, of course, we'll try to guide that through as the year goes.
Well, because I don't know if people remember this, but we did actually do a.
That was 20.
We have, oh my God! We told Les our plan of attack for the amount of time we want to do, and now we actually have somebody doing our time.
We didn't even get to District 2
Oh my
yet.
God! So District 2, Dave Geisler.
Hold on, let's finish that thought though, because it is. I feel like it was good to kind of hang up on that for a second.
We can't finish our thoughts. We're 20 minutes.
Yeah, but I feel like You made me forget my thought I was gonna finish. So the local vote, man, is really it's a serious thing, and it affects literally everything that happens in our life locally, with your schools, with your tax, your housing tax, how they use that tax. I mean, the roads, the police, every damn thing, man, everything, and it doesn't make it. Even if you don't know what the hell you're voting on, at least turn the shit in.
Well, and this
Turn
year,
it in.
for example,
vote for a name that you like.
Yeah, exactly.
At
Like
least
that's
let's do that.
Olivia Lupia sounds like a nice
Right?
name.
Yeah, I would have
Don't
voted for
vote for
Olivia
her.
Lupia
Don't
if I
vote
didn't know
for her.
nothing. But she's a QAnon crazy. But at least you turn the ballot in, bro. Like turn your ballot in, man. It
Especially
don't make no
this year
sense.
when there really wasn't. Honestly, there was one issue to vote on this year. There was your candidate and one issue, and the issue was like really straightforward. It was like, should ballot language exceed 30 words?
30 words.
Like that was
So
it.
they can
You only had to
explain to
learn
people-
about one thing.
Right. 30 word, man. So anyway, is it too late to go down there? It's 7 o'clock, huh?
Yeah, it's past 7.
Too
And when we
late.
drop this video, it'll definitely be past
Yeah, man.
it. So,
if
but
your
whatever.
ballot is,
Follow.
did you turn your ballot in, John?
Yes, I did.
All right.
See, I think a lot of people were like me and waited till
John
today.
wouldn't lie to the people either. He would tell the truth, man.
I dropped it. See, that's the thing. I took Atticus to school this morning and
Yeah.
dropped it off on my way back home.
Hell
'Cause
yeah.
It's really easy.
All right,
to
man.
do.
So District 2.
District
we
2,
picked Noblet.
We picked
endorsed
Noblet, but Geislinger I think
Geislinger's
is
going to win,
win.
dog. Yeah.
Or
District 3, man. Scorman, same thing.
Gorman's going to win.
As Geislinger, he didn't participate, man. The biggest news Scorman got was his damn window getting kicked in
Yeah.
downtown.
And I'm
during
sure
this whole
people were like, I
campaign.
have to vote for him now.
Right, like I wonder was that,
Let's throw out some conspiracies. I
bro?
think he did this
like,
himself.
did you see the video though? Like, who the fuck was walking downtown at 2 a.m? There was no bars open. Oh wait, maybe they were.
Yeah, 2 a.m. That's when bars close. That's when most crap gets broken.
No, but I'm saying with COVID, like, were they open?
I think bars are open right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, and I'm not going to lie. As
I don't know,
a
Scorman.
youngster, I might break a thing walking home.
But they weren't
from
young. They were
drinking home.
drunk. They were like 30-something, mid-30s. I mean, they were drunk.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously, they looked like they weren't worrying about much, you know, in life. Anyway,
But they
kicked
could
his
have been
window
hired
in,
by Richard Scorman.
and that was the most news I heard from Scorman this whole time. Except
Well, he
for
did
when
come
we
on our
talked
show.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
That's it. And
he
he
argued with us.
you know, the story was his campaign manager just sitting on the screen the whole time. Like he didn't say much, man. I'm not mad
Sally.
at Scorman. It's all right, man. I appreciate that he, you know, vibes with
Yeah.
Yolanda Avila. But anyway, man, he didn't participate, dog. District 4.
District 4. I think it's going to be Avila.
Me too, man.
I mean, she had her shit together.
Yeah, man.
I saw,
from the
like,
jump.
That she seemed to have
She's an
campaign
incumbent, dude.
staffers.
And, yeah. Oh, say that again.
She seemed to have campaign staffers.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were doing get out the vote.
Yeah, and they were canvassing for volunteers and stuff, and real people in the community. And not to say that Regina didn't have real people in the community, but yeah.
I mean, she
Regina
had the money.
fumbled a lot, man.
Avila had the money to hire people and get out the vote stuff.
Yeah,
Regina,
yeah,
I don't
she
think
did,
had the
man.
money to do that anyway.
You know, I feel like the Gazette endorsed her. I feel like it was because they
Wait, they endorsed too?
Regina.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like they
'cause
endorsed
they hate,
Regina just because
Avila.
they like Yolanda was a little bit too much over here, you know, with it. You know what I'm saying, on the left side. I don't think that anybody at the Gazette really believes that Yolanda or that Regina is, you know, better than Yolanda, I don't believe that. I believe it was all about politics.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
just
saying?
like in Avila, yeah.
So, again, with the rest of the districts, I think that the incumbent was the.
What about District 5 though? So honestly,
way through.
I think District 5 is pretty wide open. Although I do think Nancy Hingem's going to win, despite the fact that she never came on our show. It's hard to understand how somebody could win without coming on our show, but I think that she probably will.
Yeah, I really want Carly Van Arden to win.
I do too. I was impressed.
And if she doesn't win, I want her to stay prevalent. I want her to come back and run for the at-large. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
I feel like her conversation was completely different from the rest of them.
Totally.
To include Hermes. Hermes was the first one I heard talk about changing up district, you know, the Citadel and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But, I think that she had it down, bro. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And if you could look at the numbers from Denver with the recreational and marijuana stuff and the taxing windfall that came from that stuff, man. And I feel like if we could get ahead of that and make sure that all of that stuff is equitable from the jump, then
exactly.
It's a no-brainer. You know, we smoking weed over here, man.
The weird thing is that people think that somehow not having recreational marijuana legal within city limits is affecting things somehow. Like the tourism industry, give me a break. People aren't
They'll come here
thinking
for
about
that.
let's go to Colorado Springs.
Oh
tourism. Wait, yeah, people just think it's legal here anyway.
Yeah.
And it essentially is.
Yeah.
People don't know, like, when you cross the border from Colorado Springs to Manitou, they don't know that. A tourist doesn't know the difference between Manitou Springs and Colorado Springs.
And neither do we really. I mean, I guess we kind
of
do.
I used to live on the boundary of Manitou Springs and Colorado Springs, and I'm still not clear exactly where
it's at. Yeah. Anyway, I think that, you know, marijuana, all of that stuff has been in our culture as a community. That's maybe the one thing that's been consistent throughout all of these crazy changes in Colorado Springs. You know what I'm saying?
We've always loved marijuana.
Yeah, always. All from when they were. What was the disease that the city?
Oh, tuberculosis.
Well, yeah, when we were inviting tuberculosis patients and stuff, all the way from back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been in our culture. So anyway, it doesn't make any sense, man.
It's a part of the culture of the Southwest.
Feels like Southers was in the seat when all of this cracked off, and
he just hates it. And there's like these weird conservatives. I mean, even the supposedly libertarian Gazette is so completely anti-marijuana for some reason.
Yeah.
Which makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I'm against it until they figure out a plan to let these black and brown people out of jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it seems like people are actually starting to think about that here.
Yeah,
like
expunging their records and stuff. Yeah. So let's do that, man. Anyway, so we're thinking, we're predicting Hingham.
Yeah.
Hingham.
Even though she didn't. I mean, we contacted her via Facebook, via email, nothing.
Yeah, and O'Malley for 6. I want.
I would love to see Garfield Johnson.
I need that.
Garfield
I need to be
Johnson,
able to hear
even if you lose,
that
can come
Nigerian or what is it accent?
I think it's Caribbean or something.
Caribbean accent. I need to be able to hear that accent up there.
That would change Colorado Springs too.
Yeah, even though he'll be talking that bullshit, it's all right. We'll check him on that. I think that'll be great, man. So I'm rooting for them.
I still want him to come on regardless of whether or not he wins or loses. Just come on. Let's just shoot the shit.
Right.
I'll make some lasagna.
Especially if he doesn't. Will you? Man, you got. I don't.
I won't. No, I would make. You know what I would do? I'd make lasagna and leave it at home.
Right. And they say, man, I made some lasagna.
I'm sure he hates lasagna jokes because his name is Garfield. So he hates Mondays but loves lasagna.
Oh, I didn't.
That's right.
Oh, that was a good.
It wasn't good. Don't say it was a good joke.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one. Slid that one right in there. All right, man. So that's
Mike
it,
O'Malley.
man.
Okay. Hold us to our predictions.
Let's see if it goes down. I think we got that right, man.
I think so too.
They're being tabulated right now, so we'll know tomorrow.
And actually, can you tell us in the comments what made you vote for a particular candidate over another candidate? Because we talked about this in DSA. We're like, well, in Colorado Springs, how would you actually win a city council election? Like, what is it that you need to get done to win a city council election?
That's a good question, yeah.
Like, I have no idea what the average person is doing to make a decision about who to vote for. Like, I know I talked to one person yesterday, they were all, well, I know them, so I'll vote for them. But that's not the case with most people, right?
Right.
What is it that, like, makes you vote for a particular city council
That is true,
candidate?
man. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I know my family, I'm like, hey, don't forget about this, such and such, and watch this show. I send them the link. My dad like, oh, okay, yeah, I was wondering. I got it in the mail. I didn't know what was going on. All right, yeah, vote yes and yes. Vote yes.
I have to say, though, my mom, I just had dinner with her the other night, and she was talking about who he endorsed, and my stepdad, although he'd already made a decision about who to vote for. But she was like, did you watch the show, like the endorsement show?
Yeah.
So, like, thanks, Mom.
What was his take?
I don't know if I should say.
No, don't say who he voted for, but like, did he?
He doesn't watch. Jim, you gotta watch.
Did he care about? Was he
doesn't
interested
watch
in
her
the
show.
No.
But my mom does.
How did he make his decision?
She apparently reports back to him, though.
Oh man, she does. Okay, so
which is cool, though. So we have to remember that even if people aren't watching,
they're hearing.
They're talking.
Yeah, they're hearing it.
about it.
That's good, man. That's
Just
good.
Cause is spreading throughout the community. People are talking about it.
We're almost to a year too, man.
Yeah, that's right. Next week you have to watch. That's our 1-year anniversary episode.
Right. We done came a long. Well, wait until they see that. That's gonna be something.
We
right
have
there,
come
man.
a long way.
Yeah.
From our.
That was good,
rooms and
man.
garages.
I feel like. Hey, man. Anyway, we'll talk about all that stuff later.
That'd be fantastic.
We did come a long way.
But do please send us why is it that you decided to vote for one person over another?
Yeah, I definitely would like. And if you I think we need to normalize talking about who we're voting for and why we're voting for it and being okay with getting checked on it. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I was wrong about that one.
Yeah, people who don't want to talk about who they vote for.
It's
I'm
weird
come
to
on.
me.
You got to be held to
accountable.
account.
Yeah. So I definitely will let you know who I voted for, and I let you know already just then.
Yeah, I mean, I voted for Richard Scorman.
Did you? Yeah, man. I mean.
And everybody in my household did as well. You're welcome, Richard.
Yeah, they knew you're not welcome. I don't. Richard, you didn't deserve that.
I know. I felt
you didn't
a little.
earn that.
Yeah, he didn't really earn it.
Yeah, it was like the lesser of two evils. I hate that shit with this same thing with the voting with the
Totally.
presidential stuff.
This is why we need to raise the city council pay so that working class
so
folks
we can get real up in there. Because I guarantee you, once you make it so that middle, lower class, middle class people can get up in there,
it's gonna change.
You're not gonna have no question about what's going on in. Because
Exactly.
you get up, they're gonna be up in there talking shit.
Yeah, you don't have to be independently wealthy to be a city council candidate, which is basically what you have to do.
Yeah.
So the other thing going on in the news this week,
What's that?
the Derek Chauvin, however you pronounce his dumbass name, Derek Chauvin trial.
The pig.
What do you think's gonna happen? Here's our other prediction.
I think he's gonna get convicted guilty. Then the judge is gonna say, all right, leg, arm, leg, head. And then everybody's gonna get a skewer out and we're gonna have motherfucking barbecue. We're gonna have roasted pig, pork chops, and pulled pork sandwiches.
Or they're gonna draw and quarter him. I was just talking about Foucault last night. Foucault is this social theorist, but he starts out this book about how we've created this whole surveillance society, but he starts it out describing in intimate detail how kings used to torture people, drawing and quarter. And he talks about how they're trying to draw and quarter this one person, but they can't quite get it. So he's being drawn and when you tie their limbs to horses, and they're like, his limbs won't come off. So they had to hack at the limbs to try and get the limbs to come off. Because that's what everybody wants. Like when the horses pull the limbs off, they're like, yeah!
And somebody did that?
But they couldn't. This guy's limbs were apparently, he had some strong ass ligaments.
Who was
I don't know, just some.
They couldn't do it.
It was some historical account of some guy who was convicted of patricide, I believe, for killing his dad.
That's crazy, man.
But maybe if we brought that back, although that's his thesis. It doesn't matter how gruesome the killing is. It doesn't actually create less crime.
Right. For me, man, I don't really give this. Don't count for me, man, because all of the cops came out against him. His police chief came out against him. Yep. Of course, I text y'all this. They better. What if they don't convict him? I'd rather just talk about that. That'd be more fun to talk about. Cause I feel like they're going to, man. But I heard somebody say on the radio I was listening to yesterday going up to Denver. They can everybody thought they were gonna convict the ones that beat up Rodney King too.
That's true, actually. That's a great point.
Because
it was everybody watched the video and they're like, God, that was pretty monstrous. They just kept going back for more. Let's keep beating this guy.
Beating on this dude, and they all got off. So, he didn't die.
Right.
So I guess I don't know, but anyway, I
think he might get convicted of the lesser.
The whole country. Man, you think that shit was bad when they did it? Just imagine if they don't convict this dude and for real get him.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna be out there.
Yeah, I will too. Because it'll just verify what everybody thought.
Gonna get hit up. I promise you, and I'll take the charge. All of that. I'm good. I'm 40 already.
Sean will finally get a charge.
Yeah, I'll finally get arrested. That's because y'all better be ready. I'm coming, and just in the hopes that the rest of the country is like, oh yeah, let's go down. Yeah, I'll do it again, bro.
Well, people do need to get down if that happens.
Yeah, man, we all
know that. If he gets found innocent, the problem is I think he's going to be found guilty of the lesser charge, and in sentencing, his sentencing isn't going to be So it'll be that like somewhat in between.
You think
it'll be
so?
like, oh, look, we punished him because he is. I think you're right. They're holding him up as the sacrificial lamb. Like,
Yeah.
not all cops are bad.
Yeah.
This guy is bad. He's that bad apple that everybody's
Yeah.
been talking about. And look, we are able to
do
deal
this.
with the bad apple,
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah.
that we're not like indicting the police as
yeah,
an
they're
institution
thinking about
or the
that.
police
Yeah,
force.
and they said, you know, that he's had like 18, 19 different complaints or whatever, formal complaints throughout his career. 18, dog, 17, 10. How about 7? Or good round numbers. 6 of them get you fired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Like, there's no doubt. Of
Or
course.
1.
So, or 1.
Let's say 2.
Yeah, like maybe you had a bad day. I don't give a fuck. How about this? Get
somebody,
your ass out of
yeah,
here. Because I know if you was working in a warehouse and overslept on your lunch break or something, you're out of there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
totally.
Like you don't got time.
like most normal jobs,
Nobody got no
don't
time
have
for that
many.
stuff, man. And then it let it stack up, and then he knows he's had all of these clear things, and it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do whatever I want and look at these people and kill this dude, and I'm good because you've shown me that I'm good for 18 years.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what they do with all cops. Like, this is the joke. Like, yeah, there are worse cops and better cops, but the fact of the matter is, the worst cops are just like they're just continually protected by the so-called
like,
good
I'm
cops.
I'm
you know,
all right.
like the thin blue line or whatever, the blue
Yeah.
wall of silence. Like, you guys are all guilty.
Yeah.
And this one thing, if he does get found guilty, that doesn't change anything, guys.
It doesn't.
Like, we've
Nothing.
seen actually the killings have continued.
Like, this is obvious, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
you even there was man, I can't remember what's the one. I can't think of his name now. The lady cop that shot the guy through the glass of his car. Man. Anyway, she same kind of thing. I was scared, didn't know.
Yeah.
Pulled up and I just shot through his thing and killed him. And that was it. And she was good. You know what I mean? This was very, 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 like, even past that, past the Tamir Rice thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was so far ridiculous. Like, the people was telling, did you see the testimony of the black dude, the wrestler?
Yeah.
That was like, you are killing this man right now. Get your ass up. Like, I don't understand how he restrained himself from going to push that cop off of him, man. I couldn't have done it, bro. And I think now, too, more people will.
Well, a lot of people, too, were like, they feel guilty about, like, just having watched, right? And I think more people have started to think about, like, wait, what am I going to do in that situation?
Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Yeah,
because,
I know what I'm going to do.
Like, even in fairness, I think even other cops have started to wonder, like, what do they do in that situation? But I think a lot more people are like, yeah, it is on us. You know, they have those Good Samaritan laws or whatever, bystander laws.
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, if you see something bad happen, you have some degree of culpability. And I think the same needs to be held for the cop. Although, I don't know, you know, cops have a lot of power and authority. Like, if you go tackle a cop,
right, yeah. I think it's different. Like, those people that didn't take it upon themselves to push that cop off of him, I don't blame them for that. Like,
right. Because it's like, I mean, I've seen cops like being overly aggressive with arrests and not gone after the cops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've never seen it, but I don't know that I would, though. You know, I don't know. Now I would, without question. But there's them police is gonna have to deal with me, man, if they're jacking people up. But I can't blame them people for that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, look what the defense did. They were blaming the people that were yelling at him for him.
That's right.
Staying on, like, he was so scared of the crowd.
Well, if he
forgot he was murdering this dude.
Yeah.
Man, anyway, dude, they better not. I know that. Bro, they think that shit was bad with Rodney King. They think that stuff was bad. It's not going to be nothing nice. It's going to be the whole country.
You know, and I got to say, what I appreciate, compared to the Rodney King riots or whatever, the uprising, I was only in middle school when this happened, so I don't, like, remember the specifics. But I do know that generally they, like, burned down, like, South Central Los Angeles. But the more recent uprisings, they'd be like, nah, screw this. Let's go to rich neighborhoods. Let's go downtown. Let's go to the police station, right?
That way,
there's some of that.
You burn it up, and then you could come back home and be cool and go to the store and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Don't burn up the South Side or none of that. Don't do none of that, man. Take that shit all the way up somewhere. But anyway, just follow me. Follow me. Hey, listen. And I've seen these people with at the Capitol building.
I know,
they get maxed out, bro. They was on the shit with the big shit, like, yeah, we're getting the people, yeah. Now they're over there like, telling their kids, hey, if you snitch, I'm gonna shoot you, I'll kill your ass. Like threatening their own children. It's serious for them right now. But I promise you, not your boy. Because the shit that we're gonna do is righteous. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
we're gonna be on the righteous side of this thing, and not me. I'm gonna tear this motherfucker down. And I'll go to jail, and I'll come back in 5 years or something. Be all right, man. I don't want to lose my.
But
you know, the
speaking
thing
of which,
is, the old military dudes losing their pension and their disability.
Oh, really?
check.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, oh, wait a minute, huh?
That's some federal shit right there.
Yeah, I'll be on my black
Yeah,
block.
that's just a good reminder here, guys. Black bloc is a really effective tactic for anonymizing yourself. If everybody wears black and covers their faces, then it's really hard to tell who's who.
Who's who?
They can't figure out exactly who's who and who to prosecute, because it's it's hard to prove a specific person. So I'm just throwing that out there,
right?
In case of this,
right,
not guilty thing. Speaking of which, we had a lot of trials coming up from last summer, so we need to make sure that people know that these trials are coming out there and that we're out there showing support. Like all through April, a bunch of trials are coming up for all the arrests that happened over the summer, which is outrageous because it's been close to a year.
Since it even happened,
since the uprising.
And it wasn't even a crime when it happened.
So
yeah.
Just also, if you had the opportunity, I would just go ahead and call the DA's office, Dan May, and tell him to drop the charges against the protesters.
Yeah.
Like if lots of people call in and say, drop the charges against these protesters. Yeah, Alan. Yeah.
Alan, something. Yeah.
And I don't know what he's like. Oh, yeah, I said Dan May.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I was like,
guys.
wait a minute, no, it ain't Dan May.
David
no
Allen. Yeah,
we used to
call Alan.
Dan May.
Dan May was just like
he's on the brain, seared in there.
But call him and tell him, like, drop these charges. They don't. 300 something people had their charges dropped against them in Denver. All over the country, people have had their charges dropped. That needs to happen in Colorado Springs because, like you said, this was righteous outrage. Boo fucking who people were in the streets.
Right.
Like the police already beat people, tear gassed them, pepper sprayed them, so on. Like did everything they could. If you want people to be punished, they were already punished.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Let them go, man.
David Allen. David Allen?
Yeah,
Michael
and make
Allen.
sure. Hey, we need to put that. We need to put his graphics up there. Can we see?
Wait, a graphic of what?
Of his number or email.
Oh yeah. We also need his name.
Whatever your name is.
Call this number.
Okay.
Tell him to drop the charges. All right. Well, we're at 45 minutes.
I didn't do that. So yeah, man.
And we told ourselves.
What was the other topic we was going to talk about?
City schools and working outside or inside the system. But I think those could be their own long-ass topics.
Yeah, they don't want to get us talking about inside or outside the system, man. Matter of fact, I got something to talk about that.
We could talk about it a lot.
Because that conversation, I'll just prime it a little bit, is kind of why the 100 started.
What's the 100, Sean?
The 100 black men. We're meeting up on April 10th at noon here at the Chinook Center. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that like that because, man, I'm not a separatist at all, man. You know what I mean? But I recognize through my work here that there's a need for the black community to kind of like get it together a little bit.
Sort of,
get it together a little bit because everybody's doing stuff, everybody's working, but kind of what I told them is, the black population here is 6.3%, and we're not even that. So, we got a pocket of black folks over here, got a pocket of black folks over there, a pocket of black folks. So really you got 0.4%, 1.2%, 3.whatever%, and all of that together makes 6.3. We ain't even 6.3% in the city, and I think that we need to get to the point that we're 6.3%.
Right, and then be like sort of a solid coalesced unit.
Right, and just kind of moving in the same, not in the same like monolithically, like this is the black people here, but like help each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we all got businesses, we all got kids and husbands and wives and jobs and all of these things that pack into why we're so fractured. You know what I'm saying? We got our religion and our politics, all of these things that pack into why we're fractured, and I feel like it can fix it if we just come in and have a talk real quick, boys. Come on in, let's talk about this, man.
But there's more to it than that, right?
Oh yeah.
We can talk about that again later.
Indeed, man. So yeah, that's it. We gonna wrap it up, John?
I guess we will wrap it up.
All right,
we'll try to be disciplined. I see over there a 50-minute sign that has yet to be lifted. So let's just call it here and tell people to you guys, Next week is our 1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary, man, and we're gonna have a hot topic.
Yeah, we
Or
need to
two.
get a cake.
I like cake.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
my
I won't
two
bring it
favorite
in.
cakes is my pie. I like pecan pie.
I can't.
I
can't support you with that.
No. I like carrot cake.
I can't support you with that
Come on,
either.
John.
Oh my
Well,
God!
we ain't doing no cake. I could do
That's it,
German
I'm out.
chocolate. I could do
I'm out.
German chocolate cake.
Look, we wanted somebody to walk out. It's gonna be me.
All right, man. Maybe we'll figure out something, man. We'll figure out.
We'll have some more water.
ice cream cake. You like
I
tres
like-
leches?
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Tres leches it
It
is.
is. There it is for the 100. For the 1 year.
For the 1
For
year.
the 1 year. All right, man. Hey, appreciate
you,
you guys,
everybody.
man. Thanks for sticking in, man.
And,
And
like,
yeah, we'll be ready
yeah.
to go next week.
Also, call that number.
Yeah.
This number right here. Tell
Less.
them to drop the charges.
And if we don't, then we'll just be talking about the red flag.
The red
here.
flag and the just cause.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope everybody noticed our new set too and liked the
Right.
posters.
Hey, Les hooked up the paint. I hated that. I hated that blue.
That you just
Yeah, I
started.
didn't like it, man.
I
I,
like the
kind of
gray
like the
paint.
little folding thing that we have right there. So
Well, I actually, I like the trees and the red flags because it's definitely got some like Ho Chi Minh style to it going on.
Yeah, like they know
which
what's
I'm-
happening.
Which I'm
They
into.
know what's
so-
happening when they see the
yeah,
red
exactly.
flags. All right, y'all. Yeah,
All right.
we love y'all, man. We'll see
Peace
you.
out, everybody.
Holla at y'all.
We got your boy.